Now at 6, residents dealing with flooding frustrations. King tides have flooded streets across Broward and Miami-Dade all week long. One of the most affected neighborhoods has been Hollywood, and that is where we find CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister. Anna, neighbors there are having a meeting tonight to discuss the issue.
Naja, right now we're inside of City Hall, and there's going to be a meeting between residents, and as you can see, we have some here today, as well as city leaders to discuss a seawall project. This is to mitigate flooding, not only from the king tides, but also when we have those substantial rainstorms. I want to show you video that we got. This is from a woman named Vanessa. She lives on South Lake Drive. That's where we saw a lot of that flooding last night and earlier this morning. You can see as she's driving through just all of that water accumulated on the street, and that's what they're dealing with very often when it comes to these king tides. Now, I want to bring you to my friend here. This is Sean Fancher. Sean, you live here in Hollywood. Can you tell me, what are we doing here tonight, and why was it important for you to come out?
Well, we have two issues here. Of course, we're talking about the tidal waters that's coming up, which is a great project. The seawalls will help mitigate that. Unfortunately, the stormwater project, which is the second project, is actually falling behind. And without that project, we'd actually see substantial flooding throughout the city of Hollywood if this is not mitigated.
And I know you were explaining to me you have some concerns about your homes, and not just with the king tides, but also with a lot of these rainstorms that we're seeing. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yes, over the last 2 years, we've experienced rainstorms of 20 inches and 19 inches within our neighborhood. On our street, we are the safety valve for the entire city of Hollywood. Without it, we would have tons and tons of water, and the calculation is close to 1.2 billion gallons of water trapped in the city of Hollywood. Imagine what that would do to the streets and to our homes within the city.
And just in the last 2 days, how's it been for you and your neighbors as you're navigating through these king tides?
You know, I'll say king tides, yes, they're pain, but the truth is they're predictable. Stormwater, not so predictable.
And what are you hoping to get out of tonight, out of this meeting?
Actually, we're looking for the mitigation of the stormwater plan. We've actually submitted to the city solutions to actually being able to mitigate the stormwater by adding additional gates at the end of our street so the water continue to flow into the intercoastal. In their plans for longer term, they're planning on putting a pump at the end of our street. But of course, you put a seawall, no pump, no gates, our neighborhood is not going to be a very good place to live.
Sean, thank you very much. I appreciate you speaking with me this evening. We're going to be making sure that we're staying on top of this, checking out what they're going to talk about from the engineers and residents like Sean as well. But for now, reporting live from Hollywood, Anna McAllister, CBS News, Miami.